Was there an explosion?
Yes, there was.
Do you know what?
At the moment, we don't know what was the actual cause of the explosion, but we do know that construction was being done at the time that crews arrived on scene. And so there's a high probability that it could be related, but until arson investigators make that determination, that's all speculation.
How are people doing right now?
People are actually doing really well. We did evaluate 10 people, and out of those 10 people, 8 were transported to local hospitals.
What's the range and seriousness of?
At this moment, we don't know any extent of the injuries. We know that they needed immediate care, and crews were able to quickly work with Denver Health and other EMS agencies, and we were able to transport them as quickly as possible.
What's the smoke situation?
Right now, we're ventilating the building, so smoke is almost non-existent inside the premises. Fire is out, and so now that the fire is out, we're working on making sure that there's no more smoke inside the premises.
How important was this quick response to get the residents here out in a timely manner?
Well, it was difficult for us because the initial response came in as a transformer fire. It didn't come in as a building on fire. And so when we came in, crews were able to quickly put the fire out by being able to attack the transformer and make sure that there was no extension into the building. But preliminary investigations were able to determine that there was something else was going on inside the building. And one of those factors was the sprinkler systems. We knew that crews were able to determine that the sprinkler systems were activated. So when the initial investigation continued, we knew that there was something had occurred inside the building, and that's when the call was made that an explosion had occurred inside the premises.
Is this a situation, is this an enhanced response because of the condition of some of the people? You have people in oxygen tanks, you have people that need special assistance. Can you just talk about that aspect of this?
Of course. Well, it's always important when we have a mass casualty incident, and at this point we transported 8 people, 10 were evaluated, and we have 50 more that were outside the premises. So we have to make sure that we have enough resources on site to address their needs. So that could be breathing problems, or just being on the outside. Somebody may be affected by being outside in the wind, in the sun. So we want to make sure that we have the resources available so that we can, if they need to, we can transport them.
And you did.
And we did. We did transport, like I said, we transported 8.
I have some questions about those people that you transported and were evaluated. Were all 10 of them residents of this living facility?
That's my understanding.
Okay. And where did the explosion happen, and were those people in that area when it happened?
So that's a good question, but I don't have a good answer for you. And that the reality is that when the explosion had already occurred when crews arrived on scene.
And did everyone have explosion-related injuries?
We don't know that. I don't know the extent of the injuries. By the time crews began to evaluate people, we began to assess their injuries and then quickly transport them. So there was no really a big a report of what injuries pertain to what people.
I'm confused if a transformer situation is related or unrelated or separate.
We think it's related, but we don't know. We know that there was on the rear of the building, that's where the fire was at, and that's where crews arrived on scene and began to attack or fight the fire on the rear of the building.
Do you know if people will be allowed to go live in here tonight, or what's going to happen?
More than likely, no one is going to be allowed to be back in the premises, just due to the smoke conditions inside the building, and it's unsafe. At this moment, we don't know the extent of the structural stability of the building itself.
Was there an Excel crew?
Excel is on scene.
No, prior to the explosion. You said.
Oh no, no. Excel arrived once we notified them, but there was construction that was. What construction and what work was being done, I couldn't tell you.
Are you guys helping with transporting these people, if they're not going to the hospital, transporting them to alternate locations, or is that all on them to do that?
No, we're assisting facilitate those needs. So I don't have I don't know where they're going to be transported to, but once we do, I'll let you know. But at the moment, our goal is to get them out of the elements and then take them to somewhere else where they can, because obviously they're not going to be able to go back inside their own apartments at this time.